So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So as we all are aware that from Monday to Wednesday at 3 p.m. we are having the discussion of important topics. So today I am going to discuss about the recent news which have been demanded by the people in the comment section. I saw people were demanding, and that is about the Ladakh protest and the arrest of Mr. Sonam Wangchuk. So we'll be discussing it in detail about this from academic point of view. So am I audible, visible? Is everything fine? मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोग को? Yes, fine. So let us begin. So in today's class, first I'll discuss about Sonam Wangchuk. Okay. Then we will discuss about the 6th schedule, Article 371. Then we'll discuss about arrest of Sonam Wangchuk, National Security Act, etc. Okay. So first of all, please tell me, what is the capital of Ladakh? This is a PYQ of CLAT 2025. And I had discussed last year also this topic, and it came in the exam. Bataiye. So basically, before 5 August 2019, this entire was called as Jammu and Kashmir state. Okay. I mean, on this date, the decision was taken that, of course, this will be broken into two union territory, Jammu Kashmir Union Territory and Ladakh Union Territory. Okay. And there were two, Article 370 and Article 35 capital A was actually made or invalidated, right? I'm sure you must be aware. So Article 370, so the benefit was not only to there, but it was given to the Ladakhi people also. So that has been, that was removed, etc. So, and after that, now we are having a separate union territory Ladakh, and here is the Leh is the capital. Okay. That is what you should be knowing about. Now, how many Lok Sabha MPs are there in Leh, Ladakh? How many Lok Sabha members? Why I'm discussing it? Because you will see a topic, like one of the demand of the people is linked with this topic. Yes, there is only one. And there is a demand that it should be made too. We'll discuss it. Okay. So let's move on to the name of the organization to which Sonam Wangchuk is associated is लोक सभा के एमपी का नाम पता होना चाहिए. क्या तो नाम हुसैन करके कुछ है. लोक सभा एमपी फ्रॉम लद्दाख मोहम्मद हनीफा. ओके. सो लोक सभा एमपी जो करेंटली हैं इनका नाम है मोहम्मद हनीफा. ओके. एंड ही इज इंडिपेंडेंट, not from any party. Okay. Yes. So name the organization to which Sonam Wangchuk is associated is SECMOL. Okay, so B is the right answer. Very good. People are writing. So is the founding director of Student Educational and Cultural Movement of Ladakh. So which was founded in 1988 to promote education among students. Okay. So that is what you should be knowing. SECMOL campus runs on solar energy and uses no fossil fuel for cooking. So they do not use coal or such things for cooking, etc. So they are using solar technologies, etc. Okay. So B is the right answer to this question. Now, let's move on to the next one. Please read the question and answer me. Question पढ़िए और आंसर कीजिए. The Students' Educational and Cultural Movement of Ladakh launched one campaign to provide culturally appropriate and locally relevant education. What is the right answer to this question? The right answer is again option B, Operation New Hope. B is the right answer to this question. Okay. In 1994, SECMOL launched Operation New Hope to campaign to provide a culturally appropriate and locally relevant education. So this was also an initiative of Mr. Sonam Wangchuk. Okay. Another important initiative, actually decision was a technology that he created was ice stupa technique to create artificial glaciers, which would be helpful in storing water in the form of cone-shaped ice heap. And this will be helpful in water irrigation. So I'm sure, please answer me. I'm sure you must be aware that there are two deserts in India. One is Thar Desert, which actually is in Rajasthan. Other is Ladakh, which is actually a cold desert. So desert में water requirement is very important, है ना? Water shortage अक्सर होता है ना? So he invented ice stupa technique for storing water. So that is why it was very important that he should devise some technology. So he devised a technology. इस तरह होता है artificial glacier. यहाँ पे देखो ऐसा कुछ. This is called as ice stupa technique. है ना? क्या लिखा? Ice stupa technique. Where water is stored here like this, and these waters are then used in irrigation. Although actually it is a desert, so of course irrigation like agriculture is very less. क्योंकि डेजर्ट है तो यहाँ पर उतना ज्यादा एग्रीकल्चर होता नहीं है, बट स्टिल जो भी होता है उसके लिए दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर वाटर यूज. इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, है ना? दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट. आई हैव टोल्ड यू वी आर हैविंग टू डेजर्ट्स. वन इज लद्दाख, अ कोल्ड डेजर्ट, व्हिच जनरली वी फॉरगेट बिकॉज वी बिलीव दैट ओके देयर इज ओनली वन डेजर्ट, थार डेजर्ट. जब डेजर्ट की बात होती है तो हम लोग को हॉट डेजर्ट ही याद आता है ना. कोल्ड डेजर्ट को डेजर्ट जो है दिमाग में नहीं आता है जनरली, बट यू शुड बी नोइंग दैट यस we have two deserts. One is Ladakh, cold desert, and Rajasthan, Thar desert. Okay. So in 2013, Mr. Wangchuk built a ice stupa technique, etc. Okay. So he is an engineer from NIT Srinagar, etc. And one more thing for which his achievement is solar heated tent for army. Okay. So I mean, I hope you are aware this film 3 Idiots was inspired on his life, etc. So what is solar heated tent? ये क्या होता है कि that is what he had written is कि if you sit inside it, you will feel quite warm. But why? Because Ladakh is extremely cold climate. It's having extremely cold climate. Okay, so making such tent to ensure heat is very important, है ना? So for example, है ना, outside -14 डिग्री सेल्सियस है, अंदर 15 डिग्री सेल्सियस रहेगा 10 PM now. So that is what he has written. Okay, तो इस तरह का he had made this solar heated tent also. So these things were actually in the news. Now let's move on to the next one. Now you should read, please, when Sonam Wangchuk is in the news, after the class is over, read his Wikipedia page. जरूर पढ़िएगा because they ask questions. At least initial 2-3 paras. And right side में जो boxes होते हैं उसको पढ़िएगा. Anamika Grover, we are coming to that. So he got Raman Magsaysay Award in 2018. And B is the right answer to this question. Okay. So he has won these awards. These are the famous awards. The most important is Raman Magsaysay. This year, Raman Magsaysay Award was given to a organization from India also. What is that called? दो 2025 में इस साल एक इंडियन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को भी रैमन मैग्सेसे अवार्ड मिला. एजुकेट गर्ल्स, वेरी गुड, पता होना चाहिए, एकदम याद होना चाहिए. दिस इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड हु इज द फाउंडर ऑफ दिस? एजुकेट गर्ल्स की फाउंडर का नाम क्या है? सफीना हुसैन. Okay, that is what you should know. ठीक है. खैर, so उसके बाद ये कि was instrumental in boycotting Chinese goods during Galwan clash etc. तो ये सब बात आई थी उस टाइम पर. अब देखो, what is the thing? Why people are demanding such? People are asking कि सर क्या रीजन है? देखो होता क्या है कि first of all, before this decision, before 5 August 2019, it was a part of a state. So state जब full fledged state होता है तो क्या होता है? If there is a full-fledged state, there will be a chief minister and there will be a governor, right? And for all practical purpose, chief minister has much more power in general. Okay? And this chief minister is elected with MLAs. There are MLAs represented from different constituencies. These all are directly elected by people. Okay? First, you have to understand the concept. Why I'm saying chief minister is much more powerful? Because chief minister has even the power of police, etc. is also in the hand of chief minister. So currently this is the case. इसमें क्या होता है? CM is before 5 August 2019. I'm saying Chief Minister is actually elected, is a representative, full-fledged representative of people. आम जनता की पूरी तरह एक full-fledged representative होते हैं. Now after that, after this decision of abolition of 370 and conversion to union territory happened, union territory means now it will be center will have more powers. So Jammu Kashmir Union Territory was formed where there will be a legislature. It is a union territory with legislature. And there's a governor, or I would say lieutenant governor. So for all practical purpose, lieutenant governor has much more power than governors. Although rank wise governor is much ahead. Rank में governor ऊपर होते हैं lieutenant governor से. Practically speaking, lieutenant governor के पास ज़्यादा power होता है. Why? Because lieutenant governor have police powers, which is controlled by the Union Home Ministry. Okay? And legislature say the MLAs get elected and the chief minister. So Jammu Kashmir Union Territory is a Union Territory with legislature. But still, it is not equivalent to a state. Why? Because the power of police is in the hand of lieutenant governor, not in the hand of chief minister. Okay? In case of Ladakh, there is only lieutenant governor. Okay? Which is the representative of central government. So first thing, the first protest, or the first thing that they said, that Ladakh people are not represented in the government, at the state level, because they cannot elect an MLA who will represent them in the legislative assembly. Okay. LGs वगैरह 239AA, 239AB उस समय mention है, governors तो हर जगह mention है. Read about 163, 164 governor words are mentioned. ठीक है. So होता क्या? Generally, constitutionally, governor is above than lieutenant governor. ठीक है. ये इसके ऊपर होता rank wise. But practically speaking, lieutenant governor has more power, because in all the states they are in union territory and they have control of police, which is the most important thing. And in case wherever it's a governor, the police is in the hand of the chief minister. ठीक है. So rank wise governor ऊपर होते हैं lieutenant governor से. Practically lieutenant governor के पास ज़्यादा power होता है, because police उनकी control में होते हैं. For example, in Delhi, and for example Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, etc. Okay. So one thing is they are not being represented because there is no. This is a union territory without legislature. So when there is no legislature, there is no scope of chief minister, no CM. In Jammu Kashmir, it is a UT with legislature. Okay. So there is a chief minister, but this chief minister is not as powerful as a chief minister of a state. Why? Because this chief minister does not have police control. These are basic facts, concepts you should be crystal clear. So for all practical purpose, both the places in all the union territory, police will always be in the hand of central government. एकदम ध्यान रखिएगा. These are the basic concepts. Controlled by Ministry of Home Affairs. And of course, जो union territory में lieutenant governors होते हैं, they work on the direction of the central government, right? Like Delhi, Chandigarh, Puducherry, Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Dadra Nagar Haveli, all these union territory, police will be controlled by the central government. Okay? Is it clear? UT means union territory. Okay, it means union's territory, so the central will be controlling it. So that is about it. Now the Ladakh people are demanding that they should be given some governance. Now in 6th schedule, I'll give you a basic idea. So 5th schedule and 6th schedule are actually given to tribal areas. These status. And under these areas, they are given some autonomy, self-governance autonomy. So even 6th schedule will be, they are given more autonomy, though, as compared to 5th schedule. Okay? So that is what you should know. So when they will be given 6th schedule status, the local people will have more control in the governance process. In one line, you can understand like this. Okay? So ऐसे आप समझ सकते हो. So timeline, I'm sure you must be aware. I asked ChatGPT, also answered me. So after since 2019, they initially thought yes, the union territory has been formed and 370 has been removed. So we believe that things will be improved. Okay, something like that. But later on, they started saying that no, we need sixth schedule, we need protection, because what is happening is earlier, like there was some restriction when it comes to outsiders buying the land. Now perhaps they are fearful कि हो सकता है लोग शायद मेरी जमीन खरीद लें or something like that. We might lose our land or environment or etc. These are the things they started saying. So for the past 4-5 years, 2021-22 से ही बात शुरू हो गई थी. 2021 में, then 2022 में also we have seen some site. Then last year आपने देखा होगा शायद Delhi चलो पद यात्रा he did last year. So he walked from Ladakh, Leh to Delhi. तो ये पैदल चल गए थे with few people. हाँ. They also fear exploitation of resources. Yes, कार्तिक, हाँ, perhaps that is the reason. So इनकी डिमांड क्या थी? When he walked Delhi चलो पद यात्रा, he walked. So the first demand was, है ना, organized by Leh Apex Body and Kargil Democratic Alliance. इन लोगों ने मिलके local people ने. ये है last year की news, 1st September 2024. So they said कि we are doing this for the past 4 years. Support statehood. They want statehood. यानी state वापस होना चाहिए. Why? Because in that case there will be both chief minister and the governor, and in that case chief minister will control the police. This is the state setup. अभी जो current setup है union territory का, there is no chief minister. In Ladakh there is only lieutenant governor. This is the current setup, and chief minister is elected by MLAs who are directly elected by people. So that is why they are wanting the statehood. The next is extension of sixth schedule. They want sixth schedule so that there will be the autonomous district councils will be given more power. They want more autonomy, more control. That is what it was. Then Public Service Commission, Ladakh Public Service Commission exam should be done properly. And there should be separate seats for Leh and Kargil. Currently there is only one Lok Sabha MP. ठीक है, तो यहाँ दिखाता हूँ कहाँ चला गया. देखो ये ना, ये पूरा के लिए एक है. But they are asking two separate. मतलब इसके लिए ये करगिल है, करगिल के लिए अलग, one Lok Sabha MP is here and another should be for the rest Lok Sabha MP. That is what they are demanding, that they are demanding 2 Lok Sabha MP seats instead of 1. तीन लोग ये demand. Okay. So they actually chanted and they came. They last year की बात है. Yeah, this was the last year demand. Okay. Now the next one, ये last year का है, बताओ. Sonam Wangchuk, Indian education reformist, began 5-day climate fast to attend the fragile ecosystem and to bring attention. So they wanted 6th schedule, है ना, ये तो समझ में आ गया, है ना, this we have done, है ना. Then ये हो गया. फिर लास्ट ईयर जो है हंगर स्ट्राइक वगैरह किया था उन्होंने दिल्ली आकर के, फिर बाद में होम मिनिस्ट्री ने श्योर किया, सो ही हैंडेड द हंगर स्ट्राइक एक्सेट्रा, है ना, फॉलोइंग इन्विटेशन फ्रॉम द होम मिनिस्ट्री टू रिज्यूम द डायलॉग विद सिविल सोसाइटी लीडर्स, है ना. सो दैट इज व्हाट, तो लास्ट ईयर बात हो करके कि चलो ठीक है हम लोग बात करते हैं, लेट्स हैव अ टॉक एक्सेट्रा, है ना. सो ही सेड कि वी आर फॉर द पास्ट 4 years वी आर डिमांडिंग स्टेटहुड, इंक्लूजन ऑफ 6th schedule, employment opportunities for locals and Rajya Sabha seat and Lok Sabha seats for 2 regions. यानी एक राज्य सभा सीट भी हो और 2 लोक सभा सीट हो. Currently there is only 1 Lok Sabha seat. They are demanding 2 Lok Sabha seat and 1 Rajya Sabha seat also. So always be careful. Rajya Sabha, even union territories are represented in Rajya Sabha. ये बात पता है कि नहीं? Rajya Sabha में union territories are represented. Which union territory is represented in Rajya Sabha? Please tell me. Delhi and Puducherry are represented. ठीक है. Okay. किस बेसिस पर Delhi and Puducherry, right? हाँ. बेसिस पर it's very difficult to say कौन से बेसिस पर दिया जाता है. ठीक है ना. जनरली जो होता है पॉपुलेशन वाइज होता है स्टेट्स का, बट यूनियन टेरिटरी का सिर्फ 2 ही यूनियन टेरिटरी में दिया गया, दिल्ली और पुडुचेरी में. बट लाइक लद्दाख में दे आर आस्किंग फॉर इट. ठीक है. लद्दाख में करंटली देयर इज ओनली 1 लोक सभा एमपी. व्हाट इज दैट डिमांड? डिमांड है कि 2 लोक सभा एमपी एंड 1 राज्यसभा एमपी. ये इनका डिमांड है. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग. खैर, सो ये सब बात हुई. नाउ सिंस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 6th schedule, currently some regions of these states are under 6th schedule, so they are given a lot of autonomy. So in which 4 states you will find this? जेएनके का शायद रिप्रेजेंटेशन राज्यसभा में आप देख लीजिएगा. नहीं, जेएनके का रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. जेएनके रिप्रेजेंटेशन इन राज्यसभा, इन राज्यसभा. Yes, polling for 4 Rajya Sabha seats in Jammu and Kashmir. हाँ, yes, you're right. जम्मू कश्मीर का भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. Yes, Karthikeya, you're right. हाँ. So here the right answer is Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram. So B is the right answer to this question. ठीक है. And आपको पता होगा in north eastern states है mostly. So this is Assam, ये मेघालय, त्रिपुरा और मिजोरम. ठीक है ना. 6 शेड्यूल में. एंड दिस इज रिलेटेड विद आर्टिकल 244 है ना. इसमें जाओगे तो पढ़ोगे, इसमें डिटेल में लिखा हुआ है. एंड अदर ट्राइबल एरियाज आर गवर्न अंडर 5th शेड्यूल. लेकिन 6th शेड्यूल में ज्यादा ऑटोनॉमी होती है एज कंपेयर टू 5th शेड्यूल. मोर ऑटोनॉमी टू द है ना हिल काउंसिल्स. ठीक है. तो ये सब है. बोडो टेरिटोरियल काउंसिल है, नॉर्थ चच्चर काउंसिल, ये सब आप देख सकते हो है ना. सो दे आर गिवन मच इंडिपेंडेंस. इंडिपेंडेंस इन द सेंस कि ऐसा नहीं है कि कंप्लीट इंडिपेंडेंस, मतलब ये कि दे कैन गवर्न देमसेल्व्स. दैट्स द आइडिया. ओके है ना. इसको आप चाहो तो थोड़ा सा पढ़ लेना. सो जैसे ये 6th शेड्यूल है, आर्टिकल 244 प्रोविजंस रिगार्डिंग ट्राइबल एरियाज इन स्टेट ऑफ असम एंड मेघालय. ठीक है. तो बहुत सारे ऐसे लॉज हैं द गवर्नर कैन इंक्लूड है ना. तो बहुत सारी चीज को मतलब व्हिच इज जनरली एप्लीकेबल इन अदर प्लेसेस आर नॉट एप्लीकेबल हियर. तो यहाँ पर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट काउंसिल्स होती है फॉर ईच ऑटोनोमस डिस्ट्रिक्ट कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ नॉट मोर देन डैश मेंबर्स, of whom 4 maximum of 4 will be nominated by the governor. The right answer is 30. D is the right answer. ठीक है. ठीक है. That is what you should know. ठीक है. There shall be separate regional councils. Each district council, regional council will be a body of corporate है ना. ठीक है. इसको चाहो तो पढ़ सकते हो. इससे बहुत सारे बेनिफिट होते हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट काउंसिल्स है ना. इसमें जैसे आपको बताते हैं इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स जो है 5 years के लिए रहेंगे. इतना डिटेल नहीं पूछेंगे बट एक आइडिया होना चाहिए. आई हैव अटैच्ड फॉर दिस पावर ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट काउंसिल्स. चाहो तो पढ़ सकते हो है ना. अलॉटमेंट ऑक्यूपेशन, सेटलिंग ऑफ लैंड एटसेट्रा, प्रोवाइडिंग नथिंग्स, मैनेजमेंट ऑफ एनी फॉरेस्ट है ना, वाटर रिसोर्स. ठीक है. तो बहुत सारी चीजें, लॉट ऑफ पावर्स आर एक्चुअली गिवन इन द हैंड ऑफ दीज डिस्ट्रिक्ट काउंसिल्स. ठीक है. ये सब लोग डिसाइड करते हैं. सो दैट इज व्हाट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ जस्टिस. ठीक है. सो इवन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ जस्टिस भी कुछ हद तक उन लोगों के पास है, लोकल ट्राइबल डिस्ट्रिक्ट काउंसिल्स के पास है. ठीक है. सो दीस आर द थिंग्स यू शुड बी नोइंग. कन्फर्मेंट ऑफ पावर्स ऑफ सीपीसी एंड सीआरपीसी भी उस टाइम पे थी. सो दैट द आइडिया बिहाइंड दिस इज यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड that yes, they have a lot of power when it comes to 6th schedule. They can make laws at the local level. ठीक है. And there are many other things that are generally governed by the government is being controlled by them. ठीक है ना. तो ये सब चीज गवर्नमेंट का काम होता है लेकिन ये लोग कर देते हैं, उनके पास इतना पावर होता है. ठीक है. And many laws of the central government can also be not implemented in those areas. ठीक है. That is what you should be knowing about. खैर आप चाहो तो पढ़ सकते हो. आई एम नॉट गोइंग इन दैट डिटेल बिकॉज इतना डिटेल आई डोंट थिंक ये पूछेंगे. एंड दे हैव अ पावर टू लेवी एंड कलेक्ट एनी ऑफ द फॉलोइंग टैक्सेस. टैक्स भी कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं लाइक द गवर्नमेंट. इवन कोर्ट्स का भी पावर होता है. यस. मतलब कई जगह ऐसा है कि कोर्ट्स के जो अदालत लोअर जुडिशरी के पावर्स होते हैं, सम ऑफ द पावर्स आर एक्चुअली गिवन टू देम. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो है ना. मिनरल्स का एक्सट्रैक्शन कौन देता है? अगर मेजर मिनरल्स होता है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट देती है, माइनर मिनरल होता है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट देती है. यहाँ पे देखो इनके पास पावर है तो ग्रांट लाइसेंसेस. ठीक है. मनी लेंडिंग को कंट्रोल करने के लिए, ट्रेडिंग बाय नॉन ट्राइबल्स, इनके लिए दे हैव बीन मेड लॉज. ओके है ना. डायरेक्ट दैट शैल नॉट अप्लाई टू एन ऑटोनोमस डिस्ट्रिक्ट और एन ऑटोनोमस स्टेट. मतलब प्रेसिडेंट ऑर्डर पास करके ये कह सकते हैं कि ये वाला हिस्सा, दिस इज द 6th शेड्यूल एरिया एंड हेंस द पार्लियामेंट्री लॉ दैट हैज बीन पास्ड विल नॉट बी इंप्लीमेंटेड हियर. जैसे जब सीए आया था उसमें ये कहा गया था कि 6th schedule areas will not be covered under this. Okay, that is why Of course, a lot of Indian laws, like president may pass an order and say कि these laws are not implemented in those 6 scheduled areas. तो उसके लिए special features होते हैं ना. Let's move on to the next one. Last year when they did meet, there were proposals that, अच्छा बताओ पहले क्या है? Something similar to 370, because they said 370 they were getting some benefit, but now, so the Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, said that Article 371 type thing will be given. So Ladakh, Article 371 and the 6th schedule. So 371 भी वही है, again the example of asymmetric federalism. ये समझते हो कोई? So 371A जैसे नागालैंड में, 371B सम में है, 371C मणिपुर में है, like this है ना, 371I, 371J. So there are some sort of special benefits they are given to the states. तो इस टर्म को कहते हैं asymmetric federalism. Means not all the states are given equal federal powers. Some states have been given some extra. For example, 6th schedule is itself an example of that. And you are given to some states some special benefit. Even 370 was also an example of asymmetric federalism. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. हाँ, yes, कुछ एरिया में दूसरे से ज्यादा पावर होना, right? Now what happened on 10 September 2025? तो अभी ये जो recent news कैसे बढ़ गई ये जानते हैं. So it is said that activist Sonam Wangchuk and others were sitting on a hunger strike, demanding statehood and inclusion in 6th schedule. Okay, तो लोग statehood demand कर रहे थे और 6th schedule पे. उसके बाद क्या हुआ कि उसके बाद शायद आई थिंक सम पीपल डाइड हंगर स्ट्राइक में, सम पीपल्स हेल्थ डिटोरिएटेड 23 सितंबर को. 2 people's health deteriorated and they were hospitalized. उसके बाद क्या हुआ, यूथ विंग लद्दाख अपेक्स बॉडी दे कॉल्ड फॉर शटडाउन. ओके, एंड आफ्टर दैट इट एक्चुअली टर्न इनटू वायलेंस. तो अब क्या हुआ, हु टर्न इनटू वायलेंस, गॉड नोस बेटर, कि कैसे ये चीज जो है, because earlier they were sitting on a non-violent hunger strike etc., but it turned into a violence, and of course it led to like burning arsonry, and even the BJP office was burnt or something like that. So these things were in the news. Uske baad jo hai, I mean actually then Mr. Sonam Wangchuk was arrested. Yes, so these things happen, and I think some people died also, 4 deaths. Yes. And I was reading that there was one person who had fought in Kargil war. He also died. एक शायद मिलिट्री में थे पहले और करगिल वार में सर्व किए, तो उनकी भी डेथ हो गई इसमें. So these were the things. And then after the violence happened, Mr. Sonam Wangchuk was arrested under National Security Act, and he was taken to Rajasthan in Jodhpur. Okay. NSA empowers the government to act preemptively against individuals seen as a threat to public order and national security. Means preventive detention इसको कहते हैं, which is mentioned in Article 22. Okay, so preventive detention was there in 1950. Then Indira Gandhi during emergency, just before emergency, had brought MISA, Maintenance of Internal Security Act, and then it was revealed. Now we are having National Security Act. This is actually an example of preventive detention where district magistrate and police commissioner can use this power. इट इज प्रिवेंटिव नॉट प्यूनिटिव. क्या फर्क हुआ, अभी सजा नहीं दिया गया, प्रिवेंटिव है, यानी इट अपीयर्स दैट दिस पर्सन विल बी अ थ्रेट टू द national security, so let's arrest them first even before they'll do something. It's called as preventive detention. Okay, can be executed like a warrant of arrest. Once the detained can be held in specific places, move across states, etc. That is what you should know. The Act mandates, the National Security Act mandates, the ground for detention must be communicated within 5 days. तो 5 दिन के अंदर उनको बता देना चाहिए, and 15 days at most. 5 से 15 दिन के अंदर, maximum 15 दिन के अंदर बता देना चाहिए क्यों अरेस्ट किया गया. And he has the right to be make representation in front of an advisory board होती है. Of High Court judges must review the case within 3 weeks. Release the detainee if there is no sufficient case. Detention cannot ordinarily exceed 12 months. 1 साल से ज्यादा नहीं होता, जनरली 1 year का होता है NSA. मतलब देखो, आर्टिकल 22 ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आल्सो टॉक्स अबाउट एडवाइजरी बोर्ड. सो जिसको अरेस्ट किया गया उसमें एक एडवाइजरी बोर्ड बनती है, उसमें हाई कोर्ट के जज होते हैं या मोस्टली, है ना, आप देख सकते हो. ओके, और 3 वीक्स के अंदर, 3 वीक के अंदर उस एडवाइजरी बोर्ड को डिसाइड करना होता है कि इफ दे आर कन्विंस्ड दैट यस ही शुड बी फर्दर डिटेन्ड, अदरवाइज they will pass an order, they will say कि no, he should be released. Okay? नहीं तो कहा यह जाता है कि तो जो एडवाइजरी बोर्ड होती है उसमें जो हाई कोर्ट जज उसके मेंबर होते हैं, चेयरमैन होते हैं, वो कहते हैं कि आप इसको रिलीज कर दीजिए, हमको नहीं लगता कोई सफिशिएंट केस है. If they find sufficient case, then they can allow to continue, and for 1 year actually he or she can be in jail. Okay, now the thing is the detainee has no right to legal representation in advisory board. मतलब वो अपना लॉयर नहीं भेज सकता है एडवाइजरी बोर्ड के सामने, बिकॉज एडवाइजरी बोर्ड इज टेक्निकली नॉट अ कोर्ट, उसको टेक्निकली कोर्ट नहीं समझा गया है. एंड द गवर्नमेंट मे विथहोल्ड पैक्ट्स इन पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स. तो एडवाइजरी बोर्ड में हालांकि हाई कोर्ट के जजेस वगैरह होते हैं, लेकिन वो कोर्ट की तरह काम नहीं करता है टेक्निकली, बिकॉज देयर इज नो लॉयर कैन नॉट बी रिप्रेजेंटेड देयर. ठीक है, मतलब एडवाइजरी बोर्ड बनेगी 3 वीक्स के अंदर, और हाई कोर्ट के जज होंगे और भी जो भी मेंबर होंगे और डिसाइड करेंगे कि अगर इनके खिलाफ जो बात हुई है, अगर वो लगता है कि कि उन पर जो इल्जाम है वो अपेरेंटली गलत लग रहा है, तो लोग कह देंगे कि रिलीज कर दिया जाए. अदरवाइज दे विल से कि ओके लेट्स कंटिन्यू. Okay, that is the case. Now, why there is no right to legal representation? Why this is why it violates the idea of principle of natural justice? में कौन सी प्रॉब्लम है बताइए, है ना? PNJ, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ नेचुरल जस्टिस, आप कह सकते हो कि राइट टू लीगल एड इज एक्चुअली, है ना, राइट टू लीगल रिप्रेजेंटेशन शुड बी देयर. हालांकि उसका दूसरा सॉल्यूशन ये है कि लेट्स से द एडवाइजरी बोर्ड टोल्ड that yes, he should be remain in jail for 1 year. Presumption of innocence. Then in that case, there is a provision that his relative can move High Court or Supreme Court under 226 or 32 to contest the legality. What we call it as habeas corpus petition. ठीक है. Presumption of innocence and right to legal aid, right? तो टेक्निकली होना चाहिए कि लॉयर को एटलीस्ट रिप्रेजेंट करने दिया जाना चाहिए, बट ऐसा प्रोविजन नहीं होता है. बट स्टिल लेट्स से एडवाइजरी बोर्ड डिसाइड्स ऑन द अदर साइड कि नो, ही शुड कंटिन्यू टू रिमेन इन द जेल फॉर 1 ईयर. इससे प्रॉब्लम ये होता है, लोअर जुडिशरी बेल नहीं दे सकती, बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. इट्स ऑलमोस्ट वेरी डिफिकल्ट दैट अ लोअर जुडिशरी कैन गिव बेल. ठीक है, सो मोस्टली यू हैव टू अप्रोच a high court or a supreme court. So high court under 226 and supreme court under 32 by filing a habeas corpus petition. तो वो तो नहीं, तो उसके जो रिलेटिव है, फॉर एग्जांपल हिज वाइफ और द नियर रिलेटिव कैन फाइल अ हाइबस कॉर्पस पिटिशन, है ना. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट. लास्ट ईयर अमृतपाल सिंह वाज अरेस्टेड इन दिस केस इन अंडर एनएसए. देन 2017 भीम आर्मी चीफ चंद्रशेखर वाज अरेस्टेड. 2020 डॉक्टर कफीर खान वाज अरेस्टेड. तो ये प्रीवियस बहुत सारे केसेस बता रहे. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग. Now 5 days के अंदर आपको इंफॉर्मेशन देना होता है गवर्नमेंट को कि why he has been arrested. So he has been served an NSA detention order, says Ladakh administration. So लद्दाख की पुलिस ने या एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने कहा है कि हम लोग को बता दिया गया है क्यों अरेस्ट किया गया है. Sonam Wangchuk suggesting self immolation, मतलब खुद को आग लगाना. लद्दाख एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने कहा है कि accused climate activist Sonam Wangchuk of suggesting self immolation to the people of Ladakh on multiple occasions on lines of protest in Tibet. कि जिस तरह तिब्बत में प्रोटेस्ट था उसी तरह उन्होंने कहा लोगों को कि आप अपने आप को जला लो or something like this. That is what Ladakh administration has said. The union administration said the grounds of detention had been duly served. That is what union said. कि उनको बता दिया गया है कि क्यों उनको अरेस्ट किया गया. That is what you should know. His wife is Gitanjali Agmo said that she is yet to speak to her husband, etc. And she is also the founder of HIAL. Okay. Sonam Wangchuk had suggested, quote में लिखा what the government has said. Sonam Wangchuk had suggested overthrow of the government in the line of Arab Spring. Arab Spring आप जानते हो, you know, 2011 में start हुआ था. Started from Tunisia, a country in Africa where the revolt happened and the kingship had to lose. Then Egypt में spread हुआ, Libya में spread हुआ. And all these countries have dictator has to lose power. Or like Libya, there was Muammar Gaddafi. In Egypt, there was a leader, Hosni Mubarak. They all had to resign during that time. तो वही अरब स्प्रिंग वही था. अरब स्प्रिंग मतलब हुआ था 2011 के आसपास, where many kings or where many leaders in African countries, North African country, they had to actually leave the post, है ना. हाँ, पूरे नॉर्थ अफ्रीका में हुआ था, राइट. हाँ. So Ladakh administration said that Sonam Wangchuk was trying to overthrow the government on the same lines. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. So whereas his wife actually was defending it, Mr. Wangchuk was actually attempting peace, etc. That is what his wife has said. And FCRA, what is FCRA? Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. So under this law, this is FCRA license is given for 5 years to NGOs, where they can get funds from foreign countries, and that's called as FCRA. So is SECMOL का license cancel हो गया था FCRA. Then recently CBI initiated an inquiry against Sonam Wangchuk in FCRA violation case also. So these things were actually in the news. So ये सब news में था. And Ladakh Leh Apex body के जो chairman है, co-chairman, he also said कि after 370 we are abolition of 370 we are fearful. People who completed their education with great difficulty are not getting jobs. Some are on contract, but what is virtual slavery, etc. तो वो ये बता रहे कि jobs नहीं मिल रहे बच्चे को, etc. That is what he has said. Syria में last year, हाँ, Bashar al-Assad regime was like he had to resign. Yes. So I hope it is clear. Now the matter is actually sub judice. Sub judice in the sense that since he has been arrested, now people will file a petition most likely. His wife will file petition in the habeas corpus petition in the High Courts and the Supreme Court. So let us wait. Sub judice मतलब समझते हो? कल क्लास है और गांधी जी नहीं, कल क्लास नहीं होगी. Tomorrow is a leave. Yes, Krishi Sachdeva. Recently we have seen the government has provided 85% seats reserved for scheduled tribe plus 10% to EWS. Yes, very good. 95% seats are reserved. Sub judice मतलब under trial नहीं. Sub judice मतलब it is in the court, subject to judicial review, है ना? The matter is being pending. हाँ, under trial क्या सब तो इस सेंस में सही है. The matter is जो कि sub judice civil case में भी यूज किया था. So sub judice means the matter is pending in the court. तो अभी तो खैर NSA has been invoked, so let's us see. But the matter will first go into the advisory board. Within 3 weeks, the advisory board will decide. Okay. If the advisory board, if the Mr. Sonam Wangchuk does not get the relief, then the petition can be filed in the High Courts or the Supreme Court. So let us see what the judiciary will do, or how the judgment will come. Instead of jumping on the conclusion, let's wait for the judiciary or the advisory board's judgment. So this is all about today's class. तो इनसे रिलेटेड कोई भी टॉपिक से क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं, बिकॉज लास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन आया था लद्दाख की कैपिटल, एंड दिस वाज बिकॉज लद्दाख प्रोटेस्ट वाज एट दैट टाइम इन द न्यूज लास्ट ईयर आल्सो. अच्छा, एक चीज आप बताओ, हाउ मेनी स्टेट्स आर देयर एंड हाउ मेनी यूनियन टेरिटरीज आर देयर करंटली आज टुडे? दिस वाज आल्सो आस्क्ड. एनीवन? हाँ, 28 and 8. हाँ. Yesterday article was there in NCST. Yes, National Commission for Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribe. That is also important. ठीक है. So 5th, 6th schedule ये सब पता होना चाहिए. National Commission for Scheduled Tribe के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, है ना? It's a constitutional body. So thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.